Hi there folks, James here once again. A very warm welcome to you all. Just out for a chilly winter walk at the Gauntly Woods again. I was here back in the spring, which seemed an awful long time ago, to enjoy the bluebells. Now I'm back up here in the somewhat naked woodland that it now is, and it still holds a considerable attraction as somewhere peaceful and cosseting to come and have a bit of a smoke and a quick catch up with you chaps. So not a massive amount to report. I've had a as you know, an enforced period of leisure, which I'm gradually getting used to. The one thing I'm finding is that new habits start to creep in, i.e. getting up late and over hibernating, which is a bit of an issue. I don't like to get away from making the most of short days this time of year, so I'm endeavouring to try and gee myself up a bit and get out and enjoy these lovely crisp winter mornings, or afternoons as it is now actually. The initial bit of brightness today was very weak, and the fog has not really lifted entirely. And this is one of the first days where the the early morning frosts have continued, and the temperature is probably still, well, obviously around about freezing or thereabouts. So we haven't had much of that. We've had frosts, but they've soon thawed out. And we've even had a few flurries of snow, but nothing that's lasted at all. So out with me today is my little Blakemar billiard, which I rather enjoy, and within some dependable, delicious Condor, ready rubbed actually. And interestingly, I did purchase a pouch recently, and something which took me aback somewhat, I wasn't expecting, was the inquiry as to whether I would like ready rubbed or flake. This doesn't normally happen, so I was rather shocked. And actually, I have to admit, I do, for convenience, I have been smoking quite a bit of ready rubbed, both Condor and St Bruno recently. So I've been enjoying that. It seems to suit for the time being. Had limited contact with work actually. Now that the UK is in its second official lockdown, obviously this would mean the hotel would close entirely, so I gather up until now it would have been open with strong restrictions, but yes, I believe that's now shut for the foreseeable future. So I guess this is me for as long as Mr. Johnson decides, I guess. So I should do my best to make the most of it, and I should enjoy a little bit of extra time, as I've said before, to just do a few things that normally I wouldn't get a chance to do this time of year. The garden is beckoning. There's lots to do there, so I shall be doing a bit of that, along with jobs in the house, and there's always tinkering to do on the bicycles. So yes, no doubt I shall bring you out on another bicycle ride at some point. I've got a few places of interest that I should like to share, all within fairly short distance. The lockdown restrictions mean just one outing for exercise or essential duties for shopping and all the rest, you know the score. But I shall, as I say, make use of my exercising time as much as possible. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see if we do get any more winter weather. It's been ever so wet, and in fact the top inch or so of ground is actually pretty hard and frozen now, but you can tell underneath that it is really sodden, and if we do get a slightly warmer spell, you can tell this is going to thaw out and become extremely muddy and soggy. But there we go. Although it's not a day for lingering, I have bought my flask with some tea just to warm me up a little bit. So cheers, and I ought to say before I go on to a very happy New Year to everybody. A strange, really continuation of last year, but nonetheless, a new year's a new year, and good to be as positive as you can be, I think. And so yeah, cheers. found that both St Bruno and Condor, although there's a slight change of flavour and performance in cold conditions, they both retain or I get the flavour that I like. And I've smoked quite a bit of the Jamaican flake from Gareth and Hogarth, as you know, and I've found just recently that away from the warmth of the shed, comparative warmth of the shed, the flavours diminish somewhat, especially on a really cold day like today. So I'm pleased to report, for me anyway at least, that Condor remains flavoursome, and it doesn't seem to be adversely affected by sort of moisture or the cold. So yeah, that's good. I also found, actually, I've been smoking a lot of the Bob's Chocolate Flake, and that I get more from that in a warmer, drier environment. It's okay out in the cold, and it's good because obviously you've got the Latakia in there. It's a bit more of a robust blend, I would say, but in terms of flavour, and it's still pretty good. But on the whole, I would say that probably out of what I've been smoking, the Condor has done the best. So that seems to be the one to go for me anyway, in these chilly conditions. So I hope you're all doing okay. I have at last been able to catch up with various postings that I've just been going back, and there's a lot of people that I like to watch that I'm trying to sort of get caught up with, and I'm seeing stuff from months back, I think. So yeah, I'm enjoying that, and this is a double-edged sword really, because in part, whilst it's lovely to be out in this on a crisp day like today, one is also inclined to settle in front of the fire and fire up the YouTube and feast on the delights that is produced by the YouTube pipe community. So yeah, that's very tempting. So I'm sort of limiting myself to generally to screen time, I should say. I mainly watch YouTube now, along with maybe a few films here and there, but yeah, the YouTube pipe community and various other channels are a great source of entertainment and information, and yeah, it's lovely to have a bit more time to partake and enjoy. So yeah. I haven't seen much in the way of wildlife out here today. I was thinking I might see a few pheasants, and as you can remember, when I was up here before, it was fairly noisy with them. But obviously post shooting season now, I guess the bulk have been dealt with. Maybe the odd one about, but not many. Plenty of other birds about. Seen a couple of red kites circling around. You often see them. You can't obviously see them quite so much when you're in the woodland, but approaching, you can see them circling if they've got their eye on something. And we do see a lot of those around here. And yeah, it's lovely to see them soaring about. But other than that, it is pretty quiet. one other thing to note in this woodland as you come in, and it is fairly bare, but you can see the extent of high winds and storms we've had during last year, and yeah, I mean, I'm sat at the moment. I'm sat on a huge, great tree of some sort, possibly an ash tree. I'm not sure, but it has been completely uprooted, and yeah, it lays for quite a number of yards, or feet, I should say, along that way, and there's various other things around that have come down. So of course I'm thinking, oh, firewood, but this is just a little bit off the beaten track for me to do my to do any woodland deadwood collecting. I have my other places for that, so a little bit far to bring them back. There is a lot in here, but it'll stay where it is for now. So. Got to thinking, haven't seen Johan for a long time, the Mindful Pipe. Hope if you're watching this, Johan, I hope you're okay. I think I might have got some contact details, so I ought to endeavour to drop you a line, and perhaps we can catch up a little bit. But so it'd be lovely to see you back on here. I know, I think I share a similar outlook on YouTube, in that I have to be in the right frame of mind to produce something, and sometimes you just go for ages without having the inspiration. So I guess that could be the case. So anyway, hello to you if you're watching, and I hope all is well with you, and we look forward to seeing you back at some point. But yeah. So with that, with not a great deal else to report, I shall wish you all very well for the start of the new year. Finish my tea, and a bit more of this lovely Condor, and get myself moving again. As I say, it's not a day for dwelling for too long, so I shall be on my way, and I shall wish you all the best, and hope to be back on here fairly soon. Many thanks for subscribing and for viewing, and I shall say cheerio.
Got kick, not slow, you can't sit, you must go. This is the rhythm for me. This beat has got style, it's got heat, you must smile, it's complete. It's just the rhythm for me. We've had enough of shouting, beating. This rhythm has got central